Things I learned about relationships as a marriage and family therapist. If you're in a relationship or if you plan to be in a relationship, you're gonna want to hear this. Number one, this one kind of sucks, but there's enough truth to this that made me add it to the list. Trauma drives relationships. I hate saying that out loud because ouch. Trauma makes connections. People literally become bonded from trauma. Most relationships are based on trauma. Around 70% of people globally have experienced trauma in their lifetime. 70 is a huge number. Anything over 49% is considered large in prevalence. That's a lot of motherfucking people. That means in a room of 10 relationships, 7 of those 10 are potentially trauma bonded. Or one of those people in the relationship has been exposed to trauma. Now, why is this important? There are many reasons why this is important, but I'm only going to highlight 2 for the sake of timing. 1, our partners will literally treat us based on their unhealed trauma. So if they had yelling parents, exposed to emotional neglect, narcissism, they can behave the same exact way. So if your relationship is wild toxic, like you literally don't do anything to provoke any type of anger or whatever reaction from your partner, and they still treat you a certain way, chances are it's not you. They're just operating from their place of trauma. And the second thing I want to highlight about trauma in relationships is if our trauma is left unhealed, our brains practically freeze in the developmental stage in which the trauma was experienced. Let me explain. When we experience a traumatic event, our brain takes a Snapchat, pew, and it does this so it can become aware of said danger and prevents it from happening again. There are so many theories that says trauma can interrupt development. And so for many of us, we were first exposed to trauma in childhood and adolescence. Childhood and adolescence, meaning teenage years. And if we freeze in the developmental stage in which we experience trauma in childhood and adolescence, that would mean the more childish you or your partner may be. I could get into the details of this in another video if y'all want, but I can't in this video because I'm already running out of time. It's already too long. So if your partner is really immature, if they throw tantrums, and if they have like difficulty understanding basic needs, your basic requests, maybe because a little bit of trauma. But of course, I suggest seeking help from a professional so you can get a better understanding of what is impacting your relationship specifically. Okay, number 2, the second thing I learned about relationships as a marriage and family therapist. Expectations. This one might ruffle a few feathers. When you're dating somebody, know your expectations and lay them on the table as soon as humanly possible. I'm not kidding. I know we've normalized being all cute and just all dainty in the beginning of the relationship and just being half yourself, but like that is the worst time to do that. In fact, the beginning of a relationship is the time to be your entire self. Lay out all your expectations out front. And this does not mean force the other person to abide by them that soon. But letting them know is vital and will save you a lot of time. Don't be afraid that they'll leave. In fact, you should be happy if you do this and they do leave. Now would be the time for them to do so. You're a stranger. Why do you care where a stranger goes? Let them go. It's so much better to let someone that you potentially just met or have known for like a short amount of time, even a year is considered a short amount of time. It's better for them to walk away. What happens when you share your expectations too late is that by then you've already created a bond with them. Even if it's not a good bond, you're attached. Now, throughout your relationship, you will start adjusting your expectations just to stay with them because it is very difficult to break a bond that is already established. So yes, when you start dating, let them know every single thing you want, need, and plan for. Your person will be a match for your expectations. And if they're not already, they'll be willing to adjust for you. Couples are coming to therapy 2 years deep into a relationship, now telling their partner what they need. Why didn't you do that before? Lay out your expectations, first few dates, first few combos, lay them out over and over and make them clear. Everyone that can't meet the expectations or everyone that's not willing to adjust to them is a non-player character. Let's get them out the way. They are not a part of the storyline. People who are part of your storyline understand the assignment. The people who are not into playing the role that you have designed for your life for them, see ya. Lay out your expectations sooner than later so you can weed out the rest of the people and find your wife and find your husband, find your person. Okay, like I thought, this video is too long. I did have more things I wanted to talk about, but I'll probably put another video. Like and comment if you guys want a part 2. Love y'all forever. Mwah.